Okay, so good afternoon to all of you. Uh, the responsibility is given to me to talk about the electrophoresis. So I start with the electrophoresis. So introduction of the electrophoresis. You can say electrophoresis is the physical method of analysis which involves separation of the compounds that are capable of acquiring electric charge in conducting electrodes. Electrophoresis can be defined as the migration of the charged particle through a solution under the influence of an external electrical fields. Uh, I'm not able to see anyone. Uh, uh, I, you all are listening me. Can anybody can?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how many students are there? Uh, uh, Actually, the time is less, so we cannot introduce. We cannot have introduction to each student. But at least you give some knocking, like you are listening the slide. It will be better for me. Okay. Maybe I'll ask some questions in between. Okay. The principle of the electrophoresis is basically when you want to separate any molecule, by electrophoresis, it will separate by the on the basis of the charge. The charge molecule, like if it is the negative charge, so it will go to the anode, and if it will be the positive charge, it will go to the cathode in a supporting medium. And the migration of the ions in a electrophoresis will based on the different it depends on the different factors, like net charge of the molecule, size and shape of the particles which you want to separate, strength of the electric field which you applied, properties of supporting medium in which your sample you are going to load, and temperature of operations where you are doing your experiments in the lab. What is the temperature? You can determine the velocity of the molecule which are going to separate. You can calculate by the V is equal to EQ by F. So E is the electric field and Q the net charge of the molecule, while the F is the fractional coefficient, which depends upon the mass and shape of the molecules. So we can divide electrophoresis in different group, like zone electrophoresis and moving boundary electrophoresis. So zone electrophoresis, in which basically in this group we use the supporting media. Supporting media means we use some media to load our samples. So first, like paper electrophoresis, in which we'll use the paper. Gel electrophoresis, the gel will be used. Thin layer electrophoresis, there are some silica gel will be used. Cellulose acetate is the one of the material which will be used for that. And in the moving boundary electrophoresis, there are the separation in a liquid solution, actually. So there is no supporting media. I will come in a detail one by one. Let's move to the zone electrophoresis. So it involves the migration of the charged particle on the supporting media. The supporting media can be a paper, cellulose acetate membrane, starch, gel, polyacrylamide, anything. So components separated are distributed into the discrete zone. Okay, so supporting media should be saturated with the buffer when you start your experiment. So that media should be very well saturated with the buffer. You will add your sample in uh, on that media. So advantage of this zone electrophoresis is the biochemical investigations you can do in
I'm sorry, Dr. Naveen, your slide is not coming in the full picture. So maybe you can go switch off the slideshow and maybe that option will work. Actually,
uh,
I'm talking to telemedicine guys, so he's suggesting that maybe you can present as normal. or
My
you can
my slide,
reduce.
Dr. Alok, what I'm
Uh,
saying, my slide is not visible to students.
no, it is visible, but some portion is
Okay.
not visible. Some portion
So
is
can I
covered.
do in a
Yeah, maybe you
just
can go.
maybe
Yes,
minimize something like this now?
yes, that's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, no, it's good.
Yeah. So just maximize some more what I can do in my screen. Okay. So disadvantage of the zone electrophoresis is the unsuitable for accurate mobility determination and isoelectric point determination also. And due to the presence of supporting media, there are some electroosmosis, adsorption, molecular sieving, and capillary flow. This kind of thing will be introduced. So the separation will be not good. Isoelectric point is the basically a pH of the solution where the protein get the net charge when we move it. So then net charge becomes zero. So because it is basically related to the pH, and when protein move to the depending on their pH in a solution, and when pH get the pH get zero, so the separation of the protein molecule get stopped. So on the basis of that, you can do also separations. So uh, usually in generally what you use in electrophoresis, you need the buffer, you need the uh, supporting media, and you need the electro you have to do the electrophoresis, and then you have to remove the supporting media to detect the uh, your sample. So instrumentation which require like electrophoretic chamber, electro diffusion buffer, diffusion barriers, and the supporting media which should be inert. It should not be reactive. That is important. And so first you come to the one of the zone electrophoresis, the paper electrophoresis, in which you use the Watchman paper. Basically, it can be used as a horizontal or vertical paper electrophoresis. So I think in masters several students have done the paper the separation on the basis of the paper chromatography. So basically you use your sample, or you put a drop on a Watchman paper, and you put that Watchman paper in a between the two glass, and the electrolyte will be moved, and along with the electrolyte your sample will be separated. You can see in the picture. So here the Watchman paper will be Watchman number 1. There are different numbers of the Watchman paper depending on the thickness. So number 1 and number 3, and will basically use, and the separation take place basically its time will take 12 to 14 hour. Advantage is that of this separation is it is very economical and it is easy. It can be used anywhere in the lab, even those labs are starting now. So if you want to separate any molecule or any protein, you can use that paper electrophoresis. Disadvantage is that certain compounds such as protein, hydrophilic molecule can be resolved due to their adsorptive, cannot be resolved due to their adsorptive and anogenic properties of the paper. So it can be adsorbed on the paper. The sample it can be adsorbed, and the paper also give the some anogenic properties. So that's why this is the disadvantage. So come to the gel electrophoresis. Gel electrophoresis basically commonly is the most commonly used in all lab. Basically, we use this electrophoresis for the separation of DNA or for the protein also. When we make the PCR, we want to check that our fragment size is at which when you amplify your product, so the product is at the accurate size or not. And if you digested your DNA, so if you want to check that the size of the DNA is correct or not, you can use that gel electrophoresis. So it can be divided in the gel agar gel electrophoresis or polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis, or there are another supporting media like stars, Sephardex, which you can use. So this is the cartoon for the agrose gel electrophoresis. If you see here, there is the agrose. I think many of the students knows that, have seen that in the lab, and there is the power supply, and this is the cassette basically, where the tank, the buffer will be put in that, and your agrose gel, when you cast the gel, there are the different well in the gel. You load your sample, and there are the cathode and anode. So give the power supply, and your sample will be migrated according to the charge and their weight, basically mass. So the larger molecule will come, upper side will be near to the well, and the lower molecule will move down. So you can separate on the basis of their charge and site. So come to the this supporting media, like agrose. How will get this agrose? And so agar, basically a seaweed, the Giladium, the most, there are another seaweed also, but Giladium is the most commonly used. So it is the source for the agar, and agrose is derived from the agar. And basically agrose is chemically, if you see the nature of the chemical, is the 3-N-hydroL-galactose, and it dissolve, uh, uh, it get dissolved when you add the warm water, and it get polymerized below the 40 degrees centigrade. So when you want to make a gel, just to take the agrose and add the buffer. Basically we use the buffer for making the gel, and warm it, and just it will be in a liquid form. Add in a cassette, and add your comb, and just leave it. When will be it will be cool, so the gel will be cast. And the concentration of the gel, it depends on the your experiments. So if you want to, if your fragment size is higher, if you want to look at your product size is very high, or so your concentration of the gel should be less actually. So it is proportionally. Excuse me, anyone saying something? So what I'm saying, if port size will be, please mute your phone. Basically your voice is coming. Who is connected? So what I'm saying, the port is if your fragment is in a higher range, your concentration should be less. So the pore is the concentration of agrose gel. Agrose basically is decide the pore size of the gel. So agrose gel is a very fragile basically, and they are actually hydrocolloid, and they help together by the formation of weak hydrogen bond and hydrophobic bond. So advantage of this agrose gel is to easy to prepare, and small concentration of agar is required. The solution is superior to that of filter paper. Large quantity of proteins can be separated, or DNA can also separated. Absorption of negatively charged protein molecule is negligible basically. So and there's the recovery of the protein is good method of preparative purpose. And disadvantage, the electro-osmosis is high, resolution is less compared to the polyacrylamide gel. So now come to the polyacrylamide gel. So basically PASE is the prepared by the polyacrylamide monomer in the presence of methylene bisacrylamide and basically they get cross-linked and the structurally acrylamide is the CS2CHCONS2. Polyacrylamide gel is structure held together by covalent cross-linking. It is thermostable, transparent, strong, and relatively chemically inert. So gel are unchanged and are prepared in a variety of pore size. So similarly, like grows, you can uh, uh, change the pore size depending on the by using the different concentration of the agarose of the polyacrylamide gel. So the advantage of this gel is stable over a wide range of pH and temperature. Gel of different pore size can be formed, sample and separation speed is good comparatively. So page can be divided in the native page and the denatured page. So native page in which uh, you run the protein molecule as it without denaturation. So native page run in the non-denaturing condition so that the analyzed natural structure is maintained. Okay, separation is based on the charge, size, and shape of the macromolecule, and use of separation and purification mixture of protein uh, useful for separation or purification of mixture of protein, and this is the original mode of electrophoresis. While in the case of SDS phase, or it also known as denatured phase, you will use the SDS, which are the detergent basically, and it's break the disulfide bond of the protein, and it also give the anionic condition to the protein molecule. When you load this your denatured protein in a gel, so it come to the negative to positive charge. It move, and it will be resolved. So so basically, if you see the cartoon, so this is the protein basically, and when you add the SDS, it will break the disulfide bond, and it will also provide the negative charge on the molecule. And when we'll add on, when you put the sample in a gel, it will move from the negative to positive charge, and it will separate on the basis of the charge and size. So starch is the another supporting media which can be used for the electrophoresis. And in thin layer, and another electrophoresis, the thin layer electrophoresis, where silica is used, and the advantage is the less time consuming. It has the good resolution and wide use in combined electrophoresis. Electrophoretic chromatography studies in uh, two-dimensional study of the protein and nucleic acid hydrolates. Cellulose acetate is the another supporting media which is used for the electrophoresis. So just I want to introduce about the all kind of supporting media which can be used in the electrophoresis depending on the nature of the experiments. So come to the moving boundary electrophoresis. The principle of this, as I told you earlier also, the moving boundary method allows the charged species to migrate in a free moving solution without supporting media. So the difference is that earlier there was a supporting media, and here the molecule will be separate in the moving solution. So here also the anode and cathode. So and the your analytes will be in a solution, and it will be separated on the basis of charge in the in this capillary basically. So the advantage of this is the biologically active fraction can be recovered without the use of denaturing agents. The reference method of measuring electrophoretic motilities, and disadvantage is the very costly, elaborate optical system are required. To study the homogeneity of the macromolecular system the application, basically what I'm saying, the study the homogeneity of the macromolecule system and analysis of the complex biological mixture, where you can use this moving boundary electrophoresis. So the kind of the electrophoresis which are used in the moving is the capillary electrophoresis, but the capillary basically used for this electrophoresis, and I'm not going the very much detail in that. You will have the slide for this, but the principle of this, it depends on the electroosmotic flow. The method which will be used in the capillary electrophoresis, basically electroosmotic flow will be used. Again, the isoelectric focusing is the another method of electrophoresis. So we here you'll use the isoelectric point to separate the protein molecule, basically. So isoelectric point, as you know, the protein migrate. It is basically as we know, when the isoelectric point, when the protein move and the isoelectric point becomes zero, so the movement get stopped, basically. So basically here protein migrate into the point where the net charge is zero, so that is the isoelectric pH. So on the basis of the pH, you can separate the protein. And this method is this basically principle is used in the 2D electrophoresis, where the separation on the basis of the pH, and again the separation on the basis of the mass. So the advantage of this, as spreading of band is minimized due to the application of the applied field of the pH gradient, high resolution can be achieved. The protein that differ by the little even 0.01 pH unit can be separated. So that is the advantage. So it's better than earlier methods. So in the protein molecule, you can separate on the basis of the pH as well as the on the basis of the mass. So all about the application of the electrophoresis. So it has application in the DNA sequencing. After sequencing, you can run the DNA and you can find out the what is the sequence of the DNA. And in the medical research, protein research, for the it can use for the purification of any molecule. In agriculture testing, separation of organic acid like alkaloid, carbohydrate, amino acid, alcohol, phenol. So the electrophoresis technique can be used. And similarly, there are several applications as mentioned. So most important thing, what the factors are you have to look for the electrophoresis. So basically, when you're doing the experiments, so you have to look for the in method. What you have to take care of that, basically. So the inherent factors is an external environment. Basically, there is the spelling mistakes. The T is so magnitude and its charge, basically, and molecular weight. So you have to decide which concentration of the gel should be, supporting media should be prepared. And so depending on the protein molecule which you have choose or you have to analyze, so you have to make your gel. So the pore size should be according to that. The buffer solution should be good. Electric field, you have to apply the electric field, so you have to check first is it okay or not. The solution viscosity and temperature of the where you're performing the experiment, you have to look at it. Another important thing, if you have everything but you are thinking that your band is not coming well, is the sharpness is not good. So there are certain things which are important. You have to take care of that. The fractional resistance is the one of that. Basically, it's generated basically the velocity when you charge apply it. So as I told you, V is velocity depends on the EQ by F. So when you electric charge is there, and basically it developed the resistance. So resistance, if you see this formula, resistance is equivalent to the voltage and current, and resistance give the heat, and heat will provide the it will cause the problem when your band getting to separate. So maybe the protein get denatured, or the band sharpness get affected. So you have to take care of that. Another important phenomenon is the electroendoosmosis, affect the electrophoretic separations. So basically, it is due to the presence of charge group on the surface of the supporting media. Like supporting media, we were using paper. So there are some carboxyl group are present. Agrogel contains sulfate group. So it also interfere with the separation. So you have to take care for that when it's choosing your supporting media. So one more important thing, the buffer system. It's all about the separation is depends on the buffer. The charge molecule is present in that, and they make the your analyte should be negatively charged or the positively charged depending on the your experimental condition. So buffer should be very good. Actually, you have to take care of the buffer. So the pH is the very important thing for the buffer. You have to check the pH. You have to adjust your pH. So that is important thing. And during electrophoresis, ion cluster around the migration. So here some ionic strength. So higher ionic concentration. If you see the higher the ionic concentration, the higher the size of the ionic cloud and lower the mobility of the particle. So greater ionic strength produce the sharper protein band separation, but lead to the increased heat production. So when the heat production is high, so the resolution will be not good. Okay. So you have to take care of the concentration of the analytes, or it should be standardized actually. Another important thing of the buffer, the electrophoresis buffer electrophoresis buffer which will use, it is the good source for the growth of the microorganism. So you have to store in the refrigerator. Okay, so and to avoid the heating, you have to keep it in a cool place actually. So before using, you have to cool it and then use it. So that will minimize the problems of the experiments actually. So this is the basically image where the basically if you see the this picture where my cursor is there, so red is the anode. Sometime we make mistake, we add the wire in a different. So so you have to take care you have to take care of that. The wire which is the anode, the red should be anode, and the cathode black is the. So wire should be placed in the proper way, otherwise the protein molecule moves another direction, or your analytes will move in another direction. So that's about the electrophoresis. Thank you all.